part 2 of what if Deku had was Aizawa's son. I was about to say Aizawa's quirk. Normal school. Oh wait, I've said USJ in the last part. I meant the heroes versus villains. Normal school stuff would happen. People would try and make friends. I feel like actually Kaminari is like the present mic for Aizawa, but we're not gonna do that yet. Or it's Kirishima or both. The Deku squad, I guess, will be a little different. Same with the Bakugo squad. Todoroki and Deku actually get along quite well because they don't really speak. They kind of just mind their own business, doing their own thing. So he's in there still. I don't think Ida would. They would be in their own little friend group with Ochako and Sue and then, original Deku squads besides Todoroki. Him and Bakugo really wouldn't be friends. They would be more of acquaintances. For, school. Kaminari and Kirishima would try to be friends with him, but Deku would be like, yeah, do you? I really don't care. So, the 2v2s, to make it interesting, I'll probably do this as the oh, I know who I should get rid of. Never mind. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do Finn Todoroki with Aizawa. Like, not Aizawa Deku, my bad. But they won't, Alright, the 2v2s, it will be Deku and Kirishima versus Bakugo and versus Bakugo and Ida. Same teams as Kennen, except for, Ochako will take Kirishima's spot, which will cause that team to lose. I don't know if they won or lost. But in this fight, Bakugo will want to fight Deku, but Deku will be like, alright, Kirishima, since you got hardening, go for Bakugo because of his explosions. I'll go for Ida because I can just erase his quirk, and then he's just, kicking with legs. Really useless. Or actually, it should be the other way around because I don't know if Ida's quirk can be erased because it's kind of like a mutation. So Kirishima would go for Ida, and Deku would go for Bakugo. Bakugo would go for Deku. Same thing goes as Kennen, except for this time Bakugo doesn't sneak up on Deku. He's a lot more well trained than in Kennen. So he erases his quirk. Oh, and he has the same exact hero costume as Aizawa. And he'll probably take Aizawa's pro hero name too. He would erase Bakugo's quirk. They would get a hand-to-hand combat. Deku would end up beating his ass, wrapping him up in his capture scarf. And then All Might would announce, Bakugo's been taken out. And during Kirishima and Ii's fight, they're like, oh, snap, Izuku took him down. So Ii's like, alright, I gotta fight 2 guys now. We'll see how this goes. When Kirishima puts up a pretty good fight, but I feel like Ida would win Ultimate, in the end, because Kirishima still hasn't developed his, manly way yet. I mean, how he does later in the series, where he actually exchanges blows instead of just taking them and then hit Ida. So, that's how that would go. Ida would take out Kirishima right when Deku's about to get up there. Deku would use telekinesis and throw 3. I don't know how much kunai weigh. I don't imagine that much. I'll look it up later. But just in case, 3 kunai, and it would hit Ida in both shoulders and then in the thigh. And Deku would be able to pierce through his armor because he's using telekinesis and pushing it really hard. Then he would yell at Kirishima to touch the bomb. Kirishima would limply walk over there while Ida has 3 knives in him, and he's like, hurt, you know. And then Izuku just takes a 5-pound metal little sphere and uses telekinesis and just smacks Ida upside the head with it, knocking him out. Then Kirishima touches the bomb. I'm gonna do dorms early. So after this, they get notified of dorms. They head home. Aizawa's like, yeah, get your stuff and go. So he does. He says bye to his mom. Aizawa's like, I'll see you at school every day. Just come visit your mom every once in a while. He's like, yeah, I got you. And then they go around to everyone's dorms and everyone's houses and asking. So they'll do the dorm competition, except for Izuku's will be kind of plain, except for weapons like metal spheres and kunai and his scarf. And he'll also have an additional pro hero suit like briefcase under his bed. As for his room, it'll be green and black, because green's his favorite color and black just, I mean, it complements. And canon, his favorite color is red, though. Weird. So Izuku will do that. They will have their dorm competition. Sada would still win because of the girls, you know, being like, oh yeah, Kate. He wins. Everyone else's would be the same as canon. USJ would go a lot different, I feel like. Because Zuku would go down there and help his father. Sorry, Aizawa's not getting his ass beat like a lot quicker, but they're both fucking up people like Aizawa did in USJ. Then, but before they go, Aizawa and Deku are both like, Ida, go get the pro heroes. Kirishima, go break down the door. They do that quick, so Kiriri warps everyone besides Ida. Everyone would go to canon, except for Sue and Mineta. Sue would just actually use her frog-like abilities and grab Mineta and escape. As Mineta threw his balls into the water panically because he's a punk bitch, you know. You know how it is. So they would do that, and then the pro heroes would arrive as soon as Shigaraki was like, bring out the Nomu. So the fight with Nomu would go a lot different because there's 2 eraser quirks erasing both of his quirks at the same time. So All Might would beat the fuck out of the Nomu, and Shigaraki would be like, you cheated, blah, 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 you know, bitch baby shit. So they would, Kirigiri and Shigaraki would skeet. Class president. It would be Momo, or don't want Aizawa. Deku to be Vice. Yeah, because they seen his combat ability and like how quick he made it playing with Aizawa. They're like, all right, but only one person fight. No, it'll be a tie between Momo and Deku with 2 votes each. So they would just Zuko would be like, all right, Momo, you can be president, I'll be vice. She's like, all right. Because Momo still has them confidence issues. Once they pick that, I don't really want to throw in anything. I really don't have anything else to say, I guess. But they pick their class representative and vice. We'll say they have a study session in the common rooms of the dorms and getting to know each other better. Zuko really doesn't talk. He just is sleeping, and then they wake him up, and he goes, "I like sleeping, and I'm really not here to make any friends. I just want to be a pro, take over my dad's legacy, and then make it bigger, and then just leave." And they're like, "Oh, okay." They would all tell something about themselves. Shota's still using only half of her power. Actually, I feel like Endeavor would go less hard on her, maybe. But just in case, we're going to say he did, and she uses her fire. Because Zuko wouldn't give that speech. He's not that kind of guy. Alright, that's it. I guess.